Hello and welcome back to JankTech. It's my series on Star Wars Unlimited with a focus on twin suns and great fun time summary vibes. Yeah, I'm still outside. I'm still recording. I'm still enjoying this wonderful summertime summertime cruise ship sort of vibe. And what so let's not talk about my fashion here. Let's talk about JankTech according to my designer fashion. But before we get into that, y'all know the story. Please like and subscribe. We want to avoid any disintegrations. So what do we got going on? What is this? Why do I have this leader over here? Well, as y'all may have noticed in my Ashes of the Empire Twin Suns leader pairing video, there were two leaders conspicuously omitted from that list. And well, that's because in JankTech tradition, they're both the Spotlight deck leaders, and we are going to take those cards in that Spotlight deck and say, I bought the Emperor Palpatine Spotlight deck. How do I turn that into a Twin Suns deck without adding a whole lot more stuff to it? So that's what this deck is here. I had a few other ideas in terms of leaders that I was thinking for this, and if I can remember where I put it all. Oh, right. It was this. It was, yeah, I'm just like, I'm super prepared here. Some of the other leaders that I was thinking about pairing with Palpatine were the Sly Moore from Secrets of Power, because you can get a lot of units out, so you can make sure that you've got a lot of ways to use to get extra advantage tokens on to things. The Darth Vader pilot from GTL for the same reason, and the Dooku leader from the Twin Suns decks also for the same reason. I actually started brewing this with Dooku, but then I was like, I don't think having 2 7 deploy leaders is going to be a good idea. I think having one come out a little earlier is probably the way to go. And honestly, like, as I was making the deck, I just felt like I was remaking the Dooku Twin Suns deck, but worse. And we don't want that. We want something good. So what do our leaders do in this one? How are they going to interact with each other and be a bunch of cool dudes? So Emperor Palpatine, according to my design and action, choose an exhausted friendly unit, give an advantage token to it for each other friendly unit. He deploys at 7 as a 4/8. On attack, you may choose another exhausted friendly unit. If you do, give an advantage token to it for each other friendly unit. We're pairing him with Gar Saxon. Each friendly upgraded unit gets +1/+0. Deploys at 6 as a 4/7. Each friendly upgraded unit gets +1/+0 and gains when defeated. You may return an upgrade that was attached to this unit to its owner's hand. So essentially that means all of our advantage tokens are +2/+0. At least the first one is. Just getting that extra little bit of juice is surprisingly effective at doing more damage with your stuff, getting even more, as they say, value out of your units on the board. So let's get into this. I only cut a couple of cards from the pre-con. Pretty much the whole thing is in there, and then added a bunch of things that I thought worked really nicely with these two leaders. Emperor's Throne Room is the base that the pre-con uses, so I just was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep it going. Let's not overcomplicate things. I like these Spotlight into Twin Suns decks to be relatively straightforward if possible, and I think this one came out pretty good. I've done a good amount of testing with it, and so far it's been pretty effective. So we got 36 ground units in here. The Ant Droid, this is part of the pre-con. When defeated, draw a card. We love card draw. We love getting more upgrades. This helps us do it. The Coruscanti Spy. This is from the Twin Suns precons. 0/2, raid 2. When played, heal 2 damage from each of any number of bases. It's also a 1 cost. And if we can play a 1 cost on a turn where we played something else, that makes it easier to have an extra unit out to get an extra advantage token from Palpatine's ability. Emperor's Messenger, part of the precon. 0/3, support, on attack, ready a resource. It's just a cool way to get another guy out basically for free, because as soon As you bring the Emperor's Messenger out, assuming you have something else to attack with the support ability, then you get your resource back, which means you can spend that on an upgrade, make your stuff extra good, more advantage tokens. Yes. Han Solo Hibernation, sick. I love this Han Solo with this combo so much. So a 1/1 for 1 shielded, which means he is a 2/1 for 1 with Gar Saxon. On attack, give an experience token to this unit. So he just keeps getting better and better. And as you stack advantage tokens on, yeah, they go away on attack or defense, but you can get some pretty big hits with this Han here. Naughty Nomad, what's he been up to? Yikes. I know, it's not that kind of naughty, y'all. It's a 1/2 for 1 that's shielded, so that makes it a 2/2 shielded for 1 with Gar's ability. Obviously, we want to go as heavy into shielded units as possible, and you will see that as we go through the list. I put as many shielded units as I could find in here because getting that protection and getting that buff, that means anything that swings into it is going to hit back extra hard, and it just makes us a little bit more threatening at the table. 8d8. This is a new one. A 1/4, hidden, action, exhaust it, deal 1 damage to another friendly unit. If you do, search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. We love this in Twin Suns. We love to filter this giant 80-card singleton deck a little bit more. Director Krennic on the verge of greatness, 2/2 shielded. The first unit you play each round that has a when defeated ability costs 1 less. We have a few of these. It's not like the focal point of the deck, but getting a 2/2 for 2 shielded is already pretty good. Imperial Loyalist. This is just one of those new cards. It is a cheap sentinel that we can easily put on the board, and yeah, you feel kind of bad for Hera and Ahsoka over there. It's like, oh yeah, this dude's got your number, Spectres, look out. Leppy Lookout, 3/1 shielded with Overwhelm. No, actually that is a 4/1 because of Gar Saxon's ability. Mofter Jared, we shall redouble our efforts. I think this card is really cool. Obviously, it's part of the part of the spotlight deck, so we have to put it in here. If you would create a number of tokens, you may defeat this unit. If you do, create twice that number of tokens instead. This basically says there's going to be one turn that we have where we use his ability to get like 10 advantage onto something and then hit for a ton of damage the next phase. Secretive Sage, 2/2 for 2 shielded, basically the same as Krennic, just another thing that's going to hit slightly bigger because of Gar Saxon's ability. Axe Woves, oh my gosh, Axe Woves. This is like the MVP of this friggin' deck, dude. Oh my gosh, Axe Woves, stacking advantage on Axe Woves is incredible. Like this is like an exponential growth here. It is incredible how big this dude gets, how fast. I mean, it's also kind of hurts to see him shrink so much once you hit it with him after stacking advantage and it all goes away, but still. So he's a 2/2 for 3 shielded. So, and he gets +1/+1 for each upgrade on him. So he comes in as a 3/3 normally, 4/3 because of Gar Saxon's ability. But let's say you put 2 advantage tokens onto him. So he was, let's take out the Gar Saxon math here. That means he is a 2/2 and he has 3 upgrades on him. So that makes him a 5/5 and then an additional +2 from the advantage, 7/5, additional 1 from Gar Saxon, 8/5. Yikes. Like everyone at the table is going to be like, going to try to kill this dude immediately. But like, oh my gosh, he's going to go out in a blaze of glory. So you protect your Axe Woves and he will do right by you. He will be your man that never leaves you. Barriss Offee. I think this Barriss from the new set is really cool. 3/4 when played, heal up to 2 damage from a unit. Give an advantage token to it for each damage healed this way. So just spreading more advantage around, keeping your guys alive. Remember, we want to stack upgrades on them as well as advantage tokens, so Barriss helps keep our guys on the board, hitting people. Droid Laser Turret, 2/1, Sentinel shielded, so 3/1, awesome. Fairy Droid, when played, give 4 advantage tokens to this unit. So this thing is like a 6/5 on its first swing if nobody has anything to say about it. That's ridiculous. That is so cool. Forest Patroller, 3/4 with Overwhelm and Restore 1. I mean, it's not going to set the world on fire, but it is like a good solid card. And I think not only in this deck, it's just a pretty decent include for a lot of things. It's also an Imperial and a Trooper. So there's a lot of synergies with this. It's got 2 keywords, so it's great for keyword salad decks. I like this. This is a really, really good unit in general. And it's got a big enough butt that once you start putting even advantage tokens on it, it's probably still going to survive long enough to get some big hits. Gar Saxon, Coveting Power. Look at this cool Gar Saxon. He looks so much cooler with his helmet on, so you don't see his dumb face. So he is a 3/4 for 3, which is like, not especially impressive. But when you play an upgrade on him, you may create a Mandalorian token. Use this ability only once each round. Unfortunately, that doesn't proc when you put an advantage token on it with Palpatine's ability, but as we shall soon see, we have 15 upgrades in this deck. Most of them will go on our guys. So there are tons of ways of utilizing those upgrades to get Mandalorian tokens. And remember, those Mandalorians are 2/2 shielded. So those are 3/2s in this deck because of Gar Saxon. Very cool. Moff Gideon, Remnant Commander, 2/5 Sentinel. When defeated, you may return a non-unique Imperial unit from your discard to your hand. It's like it's a big butt Sentinel for 3, which I like. It doesn't have a ton of synergy in this deck, but again, it's the Spotlight deck. I'm keeping it in there because I still think he's worth it just as a Sentinel that you're not gonna want to have to like swing into. And plus, you put even 1 advantage token on him, and he'll hit back for 4 when he's defending. So, like, people are going to think twice before attacking into Moff Gideon. Moralo Evol from the Twin Suns Precons, 3/2 shielded, 4/2 shielded. When your base is dealt combat damage, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. I love this dude. Like, if you're running Villainy and Cunning, you should put this guy in your Twin Suns decks. He's just so good at policing the board, making it so people aren't going to want to hit you with like little baby token units. Just awesome. Phase 3 Dark Trooper. Yeah, you put Phase 3 Dark Trooper in here. Always. It's such a good card. 3/3 Sentinel for 3. When combat damage is dealt to it, give an experience token to it. So it gets so big if it survives. So if you're stacking experience on it with its own ability, remember it gets the buff from Gar Saxon, it gets the buff from the advantage from Palpatine. This thing can be a huge problem for people. Rook from the Shadows, a 1/5 with support. When attack ends, if the defending unit was defeated, you may give 3 advantage tokens to a unit. So this is a pretty cool one to sort of tweak your flow of advantage tokens. So I like what they're doing with the design with this particular one. So if you have a ready unit, you play this, you use Rook's support to attack with your other thing, kill something because hopefully you put a bunch of advantage tokens on the thing that you're swinging with that Rook allowed you to attack with because of support. And then you can just give advantage tokens to this Rook so that when you attack with him next, then you can kill something and then you can give more advantage to something else. Very cool. Shin Hati, Overeager Apprentice. Love Shin Hati. The evil metal marshmallow. 4/2 hidden shielded. Oh, I believe you mean a 5/2 hidden shielded. Thank you, Gar Saxon. Extremely strong. Emperor's Champion, 3/5 shielded saboteur, so it's going to hit for 4. Once we start putting advantage tokens, it's going to get real big. I love that he's got his cute little baton there. I always think it's a lightsaber when I look at it, and it's like, nah, you're just a dude with a baton. Not as impressive. Imperial Armored Commando. I love this. This is such a cool card from the new set. This, like, number one, this illustration is amazing. And then a 4/3 Sentinel shielded, so hits for 5. Potential for a lot more with advantage. So cool. The new Jabba the Hutt. Okay, so this one, it's a 2/6 with Restore 2. When played, you may return an upgrade to its owner's hand. If it's returned to your hand, you may play it for free. So this is very cool in this Gar Saxon deck, because if we play all these different upgrades here, that means we can put it on something else. So we can attack with something that has an upgrade on it, play Jabba, say, okay, well, now we're going to return Sith traditions to my hand and immediately play it on something else. That sounds awesome, and get even more experience passing around. Very cool. And you know, he's got his little buddy there too. What's his name? Stinky the Hutt, Snorty the Hutt. You'd think I'd remember all these Hutts. I don't particularly care for this art on this Jabba. I have seen the con version of it and this is great. Vincent Dutray killing it. Love to see this. And yeah, the other ones are fine, but like this one, come on, y'all. Like, I will be fingers crossed I can get that one at Galactics. Rio. So this is a really interesting one. When played, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. Then its owner may play it for free. It gains shielded for this phase. So this is a really cool one with this deck, because you are going to probably return your own stuff to your hand, and then it gets shielded, which means it gets a buff, which means you'll have another exhausted unit that then you can use Palpatine's ability to give it advantage tokens. So if it's something like, oh, Shin Hati lost her shield, well, this is going to give her shield back. Or you already swung with Rook and injured him a bunch, and then you use Rio. You return Rook to your hand. You play him. He's shielded. His support ability goes off. More advantage tokens. It's very cool. Some really good stuff that you can do here with your bounce. Darth Vader Meets Your Destiny. This is one of those Spotlight exclusive cards. 4/6 shielded. 5/6 with Gar Saxon. While this unit is ready, he gains Sentinel. So he doesn't become a Sentinel right away. He's got to think about it for a little bit. But yeah, he's just like a big old beefy boy. I like this Vader. Mother Talzin, Stealing the Spirit. She's a 5/4 Sentinel for 5. When defeated, look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from it. If you do, they draw a card. If the discarded card is a unit for this phase, you may play it from their discard pile, ignoring its aspect penalties. You still have to pay for it. It's kind of cool. I still haven't made up my mind completely about this Talzin card. Like, I want to like it. It just feels like sometimes if your timing's not completely right, you'll end up with her being defeated, because she doesn't have much of a butt, let's be real here. And then you won't have the resources to pay for a thing. I still put her in here because I still think she has a lot of potential. I could see this as being a card that you could probably cut at some point if she ends up being underperforming. I still like her. I'm gonna still give her a shot. Of course, we got to have this Rook in here too. 3/6 shielded, 4/6. When this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit. Awesome. We love to see that, especially if we can use this in conjunction with the other Rook. Those two Rooks together, oh my gosh. Oof. Super Commando Squad, 4/4 shielded, 5/4. While it's upgraded, it gains Sentinel. Yeah, it feels a little expensive. I still like this card in a Gar Saxon deck. I don't think I would put it in anything else. I like it with Gar Saxon. Cargo Juggernaut, 4/6 shielded. When played, if you control another vigilance unit, heal 4 damage from your base. We should, because 6 resources is the point at which Gar Saxon, a vigilance unit himself, deploys. So just a solid 5/6 because of Gar Saxon and the shield that also heals your base. Love this. Finn, Looking Closer. Yeah, 6/5 ambush on attack. You may give a shield unit to a non-unique unit. This is great. So there's a lot of units that you played earlier that maybe they have shields. Maybe it's like a droid laser turret. Maybe it's a phase 3 dark trooper. Yeah, shield it on up. Give it that bonus from Gar Saxon. Keep it alive long enough to put advantage tokens on it. Yes, please. Jango Fett, Wily Mercenary, 6/5, shielded on attack. If this unit is upgraded, exhaust an enemy unit. I like this one. This could end up being cut later on too, maybe even in favor of the Jango from the Twin Suns precons because that one has the potential to ambush. And at this point in the game where you're playing these Django's, maybe you want something that ambushes. They're both pretty good. And of course, the one that we have in the deck right now does also take advantage of having an upgrade on it. And being that we're going to be trying to stack upgrades on something, then anytime something gets another bonus from that, we're still going to take advantage of it. The Scorpionic Annihilator Droid. This is a new card. It's a 5/5 Sentinel Shielded Overwhelm, so 6/5. Big, shoots stuff, gets in the way, love it. Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus, 5/4 Shielded, so 6/4. When played, you may defeat a unit with 4 or less remaining HP. We love the removal built in there. We love that he's a little bit stronger because of Gar Saxon. Yes, please. And the Great Mothers with Strange Magics. Another card from the Spotlight deck. 6/7 with support. When attack ends, if this unit dealt combat damage to 1 or more non-leader units, defeat those units. So using support to give something else that ability when this is played is very cool. And the other thing I like about support is, again, you play something, it's going to come in exhausted, but you still get its ability, but it's going to be exhausted, which gives you Emperor Palpatine's advantage token giving ability to that potentially. So it's nice to play something and then immediately say, oh, well, I can use Palpatine with that. Yes, please. We've got a few space units in here, 19 of them. The Forged Starfighter. It's got hidden, it's got raid 1. It's not super impressive, but you put some advantage tokens on there, swing for a lot. Nobody's going to be able to swing into it the turn it's played because of the hidden, so it can potentially hit decent. Outland Protector. This is a new card. Just a 1/2 Sentinel. I like it. It's like nice clean art from Johnny Morrow. The Screeching Tie. Again, this is a staple if you're running Cunning and Villainy. 2/1 on attack, you may choose a ground unit. If you do, it loses its keywords, can't gain keywords for this phase. You can turn off Sentinel, you can turn off Saboteur. They already included this card in the Spotlight deck. I would have put this in the Twin Suns deck regardless. I just love this card. Alkenzi Patroller, another staple card. A 2/1 for 2 Sentinel. Yeah, we like having little baby Sentinels. It's still gonna stop something from getting to your base should the poops really hit the fan. Black Sun Patroller, 2/2 for 2 shielded. Oh, 3/2 for 2 shielded. Yes, please. Thank you, Gar Saxon. Flanking Tie Interceptor. It's a 2/2 for 2 with support. It's not particularly impressive in this deck considering it doesn't come in with any other abilities. I kind of wonder, like, can you use this with Third Sister? If you play this, you make it hidden. Can you re-hide something? Because I'm pretty sure that you can't. I'm trying to think of like what this is good for other than just saying when you play this, you can immediately attack with something else. Sport's an interesting one. I kind of hope that they do more with it, but it feels like it's just going to be a set specific one. Inferno 4, 2/3 for 2. I mean, this is it's a Twin Sun staple. If you've got extra room in your 2 cost slots, then this is great to put in for that deck filtration. If it gets killed, it gives you that deck filtration again. And it just looks cool with the Corvus there in the background. Kajimi Patrollers, 1/1 for 2. When played, create a TIE Fighter token. This is in there because it immediately gives you the ability to put an advantage token on either itself or its TIE token. And so you can start keeping the pressure on, and then you've got 2 units going into your second turn, which means even more advantage tokens for something else that you play. Outland TIE Vanguard. When played, you may give an experience token to another unit that costs 3 or less. There's a lot of those in here. That experience is a +2/+1 because of Gar Saxon. This thing can easily be upgraded. We love to see it. Shin Hati's Fiend Fighter. A 3/1 for 2. When defeated, you may give 2 advantage tokens to a unit if this unit wasn't defeated by combat damage. So if somebody plays a Aura Sing, uses Aura Sing's ability to defeat it, then you can give 3 advantage instead, which is a really good way of spreading that love around. 7th Fleet Defender, 3/2 for 3 shielded, so 4/2. Thank you, Gar Saxon. I know, I'm just like saying it over and over. Fortune and Glory. Love this from the Twinsuns of Precons. It is a 3/5 for 4. When played, this unit captures a non-leader unit. The bounty on it is a friendly unit captures a non-leader unit, which, you know, it's not the best, but this thing can get rid of any non-leader unit, at least temporarily. So we love that. You know how I feel about capture, y'all. I think it's great. I think this unit is great. I think if you're running Command Cunning, you should put this in a deck. Helix Starfighter. This is an interesting one. 3/3 for 4. When played, if an opponent controls a space unit, give a shield token to this unit. So it's essentially a 4/3 with a shield. Otherwise, give 2 advantage tokens to this unit. So it turns it into a 6/3 because of Gar Saxon. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Chances are more likely in this format that someone will have a space unit, but you never know. Jandarian Valley, the space bus. Man, I need so many of these. I think I said this in my last video that I did with D-Rod. I just need like a stack. Like I need like 10 Jandarian Valleys. That just goes in every Twinsuns deck. 1/5, restore 1. When played, search the top 8 cards of your deck for a card and resource it. I have a bunch of plot upgrades in here. I think plot is like, you want to find that more than anything else. Is like if you can find Unveiled Might, if you can find Armor of Fortune, like this kind of stuff, that's what you really want from this. But you know, it's like if you find a thing that you don't think you're going to play, then fine, resource that, whatever. And then boom, you're going to be getting Gar Saxon out before you even know it. Shuttle ST-149. It is a 3/4 with shielded. When played and when defeated, you may take control of a token upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. So you could take an advantage from something and shift it over to something that's ready. You could take the shield off an opponent's thing. You can take an experience off an opponent's thing. There's a lot of stuff that this lets you do. And now that Ashes of the Empire gives us an additional type of token upgrade that makes this even more flexible. The Bothan 5. This is an interesting one from the Precon. 4/5 for 5 space unit. When another friendly non-vehicle unit is defeated, you may have this unit capture that unit from your discard pile. Use that ability only once per round. I can't help but look at this and think it's just Bothans because, you know, 5s and S's, you know, you get me. It's kind of cool in the sense that it like gets your guys back slowly. It doesn't have the most synergy with this deck, but I would love to put it in, let's say, that Thrawn Krennic deck that I put out a video on a couple weeks ago. I'd love to put this in a DJ deck and just have this be like my giant DJ pinata. So I think there's uses for this, and I think you'll get some fun with this in this deck. But if I wasn't operating under the constraint of trying to use as much of the precon as possible, I probably wouldn't have this in here. Still, it's cool design, and I think there's some decks that are going to really take advantage of this card. The Gazanti Assault Carrier, 4/6 with support. On attack, this unit gains Sentinel for this phase. Love that. Love the ability to Sentinel something up when you play it, and then conditional Sentinel for itself on the next turn. Also, that art is so good. Cannot wait to see this in hyperspace. Survivor's Gauntlet. We're playing an upgrade heavy deck. We gotta play Survivor's Gauntlet. This is so good with Gar Saxon. When played and on attack, you may attach an upgrade on a unit to another eligible unit controlled by the same player. Again, we can just recombobulate our token upgrades. We can reconfigure who has our other cool upgrades. It's too bad if somebody has something negative that they put on your guys, like maybe a precarious, like a perilous position or a frozen carbonite, something like that. But you can say, oh, well, if you did that to a really good unit of mine, I can at least move it to something that whatever, maybe it'll die and it'll be fine. And the Executor, the final destruction of the Alliance. Come on, y'all. That's a mouse cursor. What are we even looking at here? So this is a 5/12 for 8. Wow. This unit gets +1/+0 for each upgrade on other friendly units. When played, give an advantage token to each other friendly unit. So this thing is absolutely ginormous when you first play it, if you're doing everything right. And depending on what happens with your advantage tokens, then this thing can oscillate really quickly between, wow, big, I can't deal with this, and whatever, it's not really like that impressive. I think this is cool. Obviously, it favors a go wide style of play. And if you're able to keep enough things alive, because remember, there's a lot of shielded stuff in this deck, which is also contributing towards making this bigger, then I think this can be a pretty formidable closer outer ship. And also, I always love to see more cunning villainy capital ships, because it's other stuff that I can play with my boy Piet in like a Piet Eternal deck. Because I just want to run triple Dark Raid with this kind of stuff. You know, just give me triple Dark Raid, please. Anyways, we got some events. Most of them are based around upgrading things. Surprise, surprise. Emergency powers. Choose a non-leader unit and pay any number of resources. For each resource paid this way, give an experience token to the chosen unit. So that's really cool if there's an executor out. It's really cool if you're putting it on Axe Woves. Oh my gosh, it makes him just ridiculous. And of course, because of Gar Saxon, you're going to get slightly better because of that. Scour the archives. Search the top 8 cards of your deck for an upgrade. Reveal it and draw it. It only costs 1. Great. We get upgrades. We love upgrades. Full of surprises. Can you play this card and not say, you'll find I'm full of surprises? I think you have to say it. It's the law, right? You know, we're law-abiding citizens here. It was a lawless time for a while. It's not anymore. 2 cost. Return an upgrade that costs 2 or less to its owner's hand. That can be a token upgrade. And give a shield token to a unit. So get rid of something that's going to be a problem if somebody plays that stupid droid laser turret on their side. Oh, get rid of that shield, okay? And then shield your guy up. I think this is a cool card. I like the utility of this. I like that you can react to different situations. Long live the Empire. Defeat a friendly Imperial unit. If you do, resource the top card of your deck. Again, not the most synergy with this deck, but it was part of the precon, so I'm including it. There are still a decent amount of Imperials in here. And if you can use this with, oh, I don't know, the shuttle ST-149, you can use this with the Inferno Force. So there's still some good targets here. But, like, we really want to see this in a Thrawn deck. And we want to use it with, like, Mahdi. Just to really take full advantage of not only the ramp, but a when defeated effect. Mechanize. Play a non-vehicle unit from your discard pile and give an experience token to it. So this gets back a guy that got killed earlier. Then the experience is essentially a +2/+1. A lot of our guys have shielded, so it's just going to make it that much harder to deal with for our opponents. Reforge. Defeat an upgrade on a friendly unit, which is likely going to be an advantage token. If you do, search the top 8 cards of your deck for an upgrade that can attach to that unit, reveal it, and play it on that unit. It costs 4 less. So, like, if you can turn an advantage token into a friggin' Darksaber, like, that sounds pretty good. Like, that's what this armor is going to be doing here, y'all. Yikes. Secret Mowage. Yeah, you try not calling it Mowage, okay? This is from the Twinsuns precons. Give a shield token to each of up to 2 non-vehicle units. If you give a shield to an enemy unit this way, draw a card. It is a plot card. So this is a great way of immediately putting a shield on Gar Saxon to give him a buff to make him more survivable. And, you know, if you stick a shield on some space unit that's not going to do a whole lot, this is good negotiation fodder. So I think that this is good at getting you card draw too. I like this card a lot. This is like a pretty generally good card in Twinsuns, but in this deck it gets a little bit extra because of the Gar Saxon. Evidence of the crime. Yeah, y'all know I want evidence of the crime in there. Take control of an upgrade that costs 3 or less and attach it to an eligible unit of your choice. Like, if you can steal the Death Star plans from someone, if you can steal a lightsaber from someone, hotshot blaster, snapshot reflexes, like there's all kinds of great candidates for this. I love this card so much. I'm going to continue to put it in a lot of decks, but in particular, this one, just with its extra emphasis on upgrades, you're going to get so much more from it. Hold them off, or as people call it, underwhelming barrage. Choose a friendly unit. That unit deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of units in its arena. We love that. Remember, our guys are a little extra strong because of all the advantage tokens, because of the shields, because of the experience, the other upgrades, yada yada. So we get a little bit more from this. And overwhelming barrage, the classic, you buff something, you don't even have to choose arena. You're just like, it just goes everywhere. All right. There is room in my heart to include Haymaker in here. And honestly, it would probably be good to include Haymaker because it also gives an experience and works really well with Gar Saxon. But full disclosure, I didn't think about it until like right before making this video. And I was just like, but I don't want to cut any of these other things. So if you're looking at this list and saying, why didn't she put Haymaker in there? I see you. I hear you. It should be in here. So I'll figure out where the cut needs to happen, but I think it'll end up in here in the final version of the deck. And we got lots of upgrades. It's Gar Saxon, baby. We need upgrades. Heightened awareness. I know that Rey uses a blaster a little bit before she like becomes like, you know, super good with Force stuff, but it just looks weird to me. I like the illustration. Don't get me wrong. I just am like, okay, fine, Rey. You know, we're looking at you at a part of your journey. But what does it do? It's 1 cost plus 0 plus 2. So +1 + 2. Attached unit gains. When the regroup phase starts, give an advantage token to this unit. I think this is super cool. It just continues to make you swing for even more. Little bit extra goes a long way with this deck, as we're just sprinkling experience and advantage all over the place. Nimble prowess. We've got little Leia here. Attached to a friendly unit. When played, you may exhaust a unit in attached unit's arena. This is a great one to get to play multiple times because of Jabba, or if something dies when Gar Saxon is deployed, to play this on something else after it goes back to your hand. I love this. I love that you get so much from one card. You get the +2 +1 because of Gar Saxon. You get the exhaust. Boom, boom, boom. Pointless to resist. How can you not put this card in this deck? Like, come on. Like, you, like, look at him. He looks like a little, like, baby doll or something, you know? Like, I can just imagine, like, having this little, oh, it's pointless to resist. Just, like, shoving this little doll in somebody's face. Attached unit gains -3, -0 while attacking a base. So, yeah, you stick this on someone else. It sucks for them. And it makes them want to swing into your units more, which are going to be all roided up with shields and experience and advantage. So hopefully it's going to die. Snapshot reflexes. Boom. When played, you may attack with an attached unit. Has to be ready. Gives it a +2 +1. You get, yeah, of course. You love this. We love this with that. Armor of Fortune. Plot card +1 +3. Excellent with Gar Saxon. Durasteel plating. So it gives a +1 +1 and a shield for 2. That's value, baby. You stick this thing on Axe Woves. Oh my God, he is so big because of it. I'm not doing the math. You do the math. It's a lot. It's big numbers. It's not rookie numbers. Legal authority. You gotta do legal authority. If you're playing Gar Saxon, again, I don't make the rules. Attached to a friendly unit. When played, attached unit captures an enemy non-leader unit with less power than it. And remember, this does, since it's an upgrade, give +1 to that unit, so you can get something that's a little bit bigger with that legal authority. Nowhere to hide. This is part of the precon. Attached unit gains Sentinel and -2 -0. You don't put this on your guys. You put this on someone else's stuff. If you're playing against someone that's playing Third Sister, you could use this to antagonize them because it seems specifically designed to mess with Third Sister players. I'm on you, FFG. Like, there's dozens of us, dozens of us out there that love Third Sister. I think this is good. So if you give a hidden unit Sentinel, then it's no longer hidden. It's got nowhere to hide. See what they did there? Boo. It's a good card. I just feel like personally attacked as a third sister lover. Sith Traditions. Oh my gosh. This card in this deck goes hard as heck. Oh my goodness. Attached to a non-vehicle unit. Attached unit gains on attack, give an experience token to this unit, and when defeated, give an experience token to a friendly unit. So again, you just get bigger every time you attack. You get the +1/+1 just from having this. You give something else an experience when you inevitably get killed because you get too big for people to let live. Love it. This is such a cool card in this deck. Worth picking up the Twin Suns decks for. Sneaking Suspicion, +1/+1 plot card. So giving something a +2/+1 on leader deploy, really good. There is no conflict. Another card from the Spotlight deck. When played, return any number of other upgrades on attached unit to their owner's hands. So this could get rid of a condemn that someone puts on a leader, or if you want to put it on your own guys, just to be like, oh, I just need a +3/+2, you can attack with that first. Your advantage tokens will go away. Then you can put that on there safely. But I really like the idea that it can get rid of bad upgrades too. So if something's frozen on carbonate, then no, it's not frozen anymore. There's no conflict. Definitely not frozen. Abandon the order. Hey, abandon the order enjoyers. I see you. We're here. We've abandoned the order in this deck. I think it's great here. We get the +1/+1, +2/+1. Attached unit loses the Jedi trait. Not that we have any Jedi in here. And gains restore 1. And we get a bounce. Yeah, this is so good in here with the Gar Saxon ability. Yes, please. Classic Darksaber. Obviously, you want to play this on something that's not a Mandalorian, so you can give its sweet, juicy Mandalorian buffs to your other Mandalorians. And remember, Gar Saxon is a Mandalorian. There's a few other Mandos in there too. I mean, best case scenario, you play this on Palpatine when you deploy him, and then use this to make Gar Saxon even stronger. And yes, the other Darksaber would be great in here too, the new one. But it's a legendary, and I'm not going to be sticking legendaries from the new set into a deck that we're doing a list on now, because, you know, we want this to be somewhat accessible to people that aren't trying to spend a whole ton of money. But yeah, that new Darksaber, oh my god. Unveiled Knight, +2/+3 plot upgrade for 4. It's Moff Gideon's cute armor or something. So getting a +3 on something really nice. And Craving Power. Dude, they put Craving Power in the Spotlight deck. Yes, please. This card is so good. I love that more people are going to have access to this card just from like an off-the-shelf sort of deck. Attached to a friendly unit. When played, deal damage to an enemy unit equal to attached unit's power, which will be +3/+2 because of Gar Saxon. That's so good. Ugh, what a cool card. I love this card so much. Awesome. So, yeah, there we have it. This is according to my design or fashion, you know, because they're getting upgrades. They're dressing themselves. Oh, man. You know, like, if no one else, I will crack myself up with these dumb deck names. Okay, so, yeah, what'd y'all think? How would you gussy up the Spotlight deck and turn it into a Twin Suns deck? Would you have preferred that I went with some of the other leaders that I was talking about? You know, Sly, Vader Pilot, Dooku from Twin Suns. One of the reasons I didn't do Vader Pilot is because, like, one of my last decks had that. And I was like, we can't do that for 2 decks going forward. But I think that would be a really good one, too. So if anyone's got a list for that, you know, share it with the rest of the class. And, yeah, that's going to do it for me. Obviously, we can expect one of these for the Luke deck, too. What did I put with Luke? Oh, my gosh, you're just going to have to hang out. Stay tuned. Subscribe. All of that dumb algorithmic stuff in order to find out what cool thing we're possibly doing here at JankTech. And yeah, oh my gosh, we're just keeping this rolling at pre-release weekend. I can't wait, y'all. I cannot wait to get my hands on these cards this coming weekend, and I can't wait to hear from y'all as to what your first impressions of actually playing this in person are. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. And sooner rather than later, let's do this again sometime. you.